How's it going, Commanders? So for today's video, we got a lot to go over. No V-Bucks for today, but we do have a lot of brand new content, not only in Battle Royale, but in Save the World as well. Some good and some not so good. We'll get to that in a bit. But before any of that, if you Commanders want to support me, please follow or subscribe depending on the platform, leave a like, and hey, maybe leave a comment. Would be most appreciated. So, starting us off in the item shop, we do have the return of the Master Chief Bundle, along with two brand new items for the section. The Halo Ring emote, which looks completely badass. I love it. I haven't played Halo at all, but I do know a bit of the lore, which looks incredible. And the Warthog Beat Drum Kit, which does look really sick. I love this. I love the fact that it's actually just a Gatling gun in the front as well. It's really cool. We also got the brand new Spyder Agency Bundle. It comes with Night Unit Marksman, the Agent Weaver, Spyder's Eye, Spyder Fang, and the Spyder Bite Weapons Wrap. We also got Agent Web, Spyder Shield, and Spyder Shock. Looks incredible. Dune is still available. Power Rangers are still here. Battle Ready. We also got a brand new Curse Kodama, which looks incredible. Looks like Groot's edgier cousin. Also comes with the Kodama's Hollow, Leaf Vocalist. They're shoehorning in instruments again. I hate that. The Spirit Scythe. Also got the return of Dark Rex, Dark Triceratops, Dino's back. Emo Girl, oh my god, that is actually hilarious. They named it Emo Girl, like actually. Also got Discotheque Manic back, Blockade Runner, Toshiro, Maisie, Leaf Blower's back, Full Googly, Rift Warden Stellan, Maki Master, Phone It In, Tropic Axe, Tactical Spade, Megabat is back, Kick It, Headstock Spin, Circuit Mike, and Glyphica. The Fungus King will be leaving tomorrow afternoon. Beavis and Butthead are still here. The Fortnite Global Championship 2025 bundle will be leaving as well. Adidas is still here, along with the shoes, the kicks, Victory Vibes. They're going to be leaving tomorrow afternoon, so get them while you can. Aliens as well are going to be leaving. We got Jacob's Locker bundle. Comes with Haze, Visions, Shake It Up, and Violet Tentacles. We got 4 brand new kicks. We got Converse, which is actually really cool. I did like Converse before. Let's see, a couple of jam tracks are going to be leaving tomorrow, actually. About more than half of them, actually. We got the brand new Takumi vehicle, which honestly doesn't look half bad. It actually looks kind of cool. Vehicle accessories are the same. Snoop Dogg is back. Juice WRLD still here. Gorilla's still here. Love them. And special offers and bundles will be are the same, except the Luminary Hypatia will be leaving tomorrow afternoon. We did get a sneak peek of what the new Lego set will look like, and it looks alright. Now, again, I'm not really a big fan of Legos, but that's about it. Switching over to Save the World, sad to say we do not have any V-Bucks missions for today, but that's mostly because with the new update, we got a lot to go over in Save the World. But first off, the mission rewards. We do have the Sealing Electric Field and a Power Level 46 Build a Radar Grid, and a Power Level 46 Evacuate the Shelter. We got the Tar Pits, a really great trap to stop Smashers in their tracks in the middle of their charge. Let's see. Ooh, Over Entwined Peaks, Power Level 88, Fight the Storm mission, if I can go ahead and find that real quick. I believe... Oh, there it is. The Floor Freeze Trap, another great stalling trap to use if you know how to put it correctly, facing towards your objective. Once a husk is frozen and they thaw out, they stumble backwards off of the trap, they get back up, walk over it again, and boom, frozen all over again. Really great trap to use. Let's see, Power Level 100 and the Eliminate the Titans, or Hunt the Titans. We got a Legendary Survivor, one of 2 actually available today. Let's see, Power Level 116. Let's see, oh, here we go. Tiny Instrument of Death, a really great pistol that actually got a buff a while ago. Faster reload speed, less recoil, faster fire rate. Honestly, really cool. And it does a bit more damage, which is very nice. And Power Level 140. Here we go. Evacuate the Shelter, the second Legendary Survivor available, which is really great. As I mentioned before, survivors are important to power up your power level and gain access to all these more difficult missions. And in turn, they give you better rewards, better materials, and so on and so forth. Let's see, over in the Save the World item shop, we got 2 Super People Llamas available, which give you a lot of great heroes, defenders, survivors, anything you can think of, really. Looks like on my screen I got a legendary survivor and a legendary lead survivor, which is good. But as I mentioned before, it all depends on the person who purchases these llamas. You can have a completely different loadout compared to what I have on my screen. So log on in and see what kind of rewards you got waiting for you. Now, the reason why I'm going over this so quickly is because I want to get to the new items as quickly as possible. First up, we do have the item shop available in Save the World now, so you do not have to exit out of Save the World over to Battle Royale or any other sort of game modes. You are now able to just upright buy anything in the item shop in Save the World, which is amazing. We've waited for this for 6 years when they told us that they were actually going to bring this in, and they finally did it. Like, it was ridiculous. And lastly, before I forget, I wanted to show you guys the brand new hero that just arrived to Save the World today. This is the Aerobic Assassin. She is a ninja with the commander perk, Beat Dropkick. Increases damage against dancing enemies by 30%, and additionally, enemies hit by Crescent Kick dance for 6 seconds. This is awesome, because not only is she a really cool hero with a very interesting perk, but they just recently buffed the Crescent Kick ability, which is insane. This used to be a dead ability for all ninjas. It was only a face-forward attack. It didn't do a lot of damage, and it took about 2 kicks to actually stun a smasher. But now it only takes 1 kick to stun a smasher. The damage has just been buffed a bit, but now you are able to move while kicking, and it does a full 360-degree damage. It's not just forward facing. Now, moving on to the patch notes, because the new hero isn't the only thing we got. Reading through this, the first thing that got changed was the loot drop. It reads, to improve the player experience and encourage team play, we've made some changes to the way drop loot works. When a player opens a container, harvests the environment, eliminates an enemy, or harvests a loot llama, a copy of each loot item will be generated for each nearby teammate. These extra copies will be instanced, meaning that they are only visible to the player they're meant for. No more competing with your teammates for that rare resource. In fact, staying with your team and working together will result in more loot for everyone. So in short, we no longer need to fight over items dropping in the game. We now each get a copy. That's the good news. Here's the bad news. It reads, to compensate for all the extra loot that will be generated with this change, item sharing has been removed in modes where inventory carries over between missions, such as the campaign or the main story, and the Storm Shield Defense. When you drop items in these modes, other players will not be able to see or interact with them. So this means we are no longer able to drop anything, which I think is a huge downside. Yes, this will discourage duping and trading in the game, which was a huge problem in Save the World. But the problem laid in the beginning of the game, where players would trade weapons and give free items in Stonewood and Plankerton. I think this is a good change, but they should change it to where trading and exchanging items are available for certain levels, like if you're a power level 106 or higher. Or you can drop materials and traps for others beyond Canny Valley. Because imagine you and your team are in a power level 160 and you don't have enough materials to craft traps, yet your other teammate does, like planks. You can exchange mats now to craft your trap that you need. They say it's to improve team play, but now it just makes team play more difficult. The only place you are now able to drop loot is in the areas where your materials don't cross over, like with dungeons, Frost Nights, and Hit the Road. Those sorts of modes have the ability to let you drop and exchange items. But, like I said, this is a good and bad thing. Hopefully, Epic fixes this later down the line, but moving on to the rest of the patch notes, we got the new Aerobic Assassin, which I showed you earlier, a great hero, but here's the new patch for the Crescent Kick ability. It says you can now use it and move freely during the animation, even in mid-air, so you're able to double jump and actually use it. The kick no longer is a frontal-only move, it now hits targets in every direction, meaning they changed it from a frontal attack to a full 360 degree. Increase impact. To put things into perspective, you can now stun a smasher with a single kick instead of 2, which is huge because the only ability that is actually able to stun a smasher is a constructor's bull rush, which is awesome now that we have a second ability. Venturion's blast kick projectiles now launch in the direction you aim, improving overall accuracy and control. Now this is amazing because Crescent Kick has been a dead ability for ages. Now it's actually viable and I can't wait to use it. I'll play around with both the Aerobic Assassin and Venturion to see how well they work now, and if you want me to make a video about these two heroes, let me know down in the comments. Continuing on, it talks about the item shop in Save the World, huge win, we've been waiting for that for 6 years. The bug fixes in Save the World such as research points now generate correctly, which is amazing. The survivors getting fixed are a huge win, because when finding the medkit for Ned, sometimes he breaks and you can't interact with him, so that's finally fixed. The medbot for down survivors actually spawns correctly, and fleeing survivors spawn consistently near their tents or carts, which is great too. We've had a lot of disappearing survivors. And they finally patched that stupid boombox weapon glitch where all the music was way too loud. The Ancient's launcher also got a bit of a fix with its secondary fire, no longer scaling incorrectly. So I'm guessing they gave the new weapon a bit of a buff or fixed the damage that it's supposed to be doing. Going Commando finally shoots bullets. There was a glitch where the bullets didn't show, and I did see that there was a glitch where some players disappeared when they used the leaping heavy attack with their melee weapons. So glad that got patched. And lastly, in the Survive the Night mission, some sections of the roof are invisible, but that'll be fixed up later on. And, well, that's about it for the patch notes. And that about does it for today. Some good news, some not so good news for Save the World. We do have a lot of brand new content. I love the brand new Aerobic Assassin and the huge buff that they just gave Crescent Kick. I know that was a dead ability for such a long time. And I think the new rework for the fact that you're no longer able to drop loot in Save the World is a good thing, but also a bad thing. Good really because now you are no longer able to dupe and you are no longer able to trade and give new players those hugely overpowered weapons, because then it just makes the beginning levels of Save the World so boring. But hopefully they do work it out to where we are able to give materials and at least maybe traps in the more advanced levels. I'm thinking at least Canny Valley and Twine Peaks, but that's just my opinion. Other than that, if you guys like my content, why not leave a like? And if you guys want to get more updates regarding the game, why not drop a follow? Until then, as always, stay safe and game on!